Watch closely because the next apology we could hear could be coming from Segun O'Law. Because the man at the center of this conversation is David Umahi. And before this is over, we may even have to remind you that during the apology, we will address him as Deacon David Umahi. Let's
The
take a
spotlight now
listen.
is the man who notoriously prides himself by the dreadful cognomen, "I am a dangerous man," in President Tinubu's cabinet. He's no other than the current Minister of Works, Engineer Dave Umahi. For short, Dave Umahi. On the morning of Sunday, 8th March 2026, I received a WhatsApp message from a number that was not saved in my contacts. The person later introduced himself as the HMW, that is the Honorable Minister of Works. After I asked the sender to identify himself, his message started with a link to a TikTok video, which he asked me to go and watch. The video featured a content creator referencing another lawyer who claimed that the first person to have gone to jail in Nigeria in this year 2026 was someone who shared a private conversation with a third party. The creator warned the viewers against sharing private conversations without consent. Immediately after sending the link, the sender wrote as follows: "You came to my office and secretly videoed our conversation and shared. You have no right to do that with all respect I gave you. I thought that by now you would have repented and publicly apologized to me. You have not done that. I still give you opportunities to do so on my terms. But if you don't, then," end of quote. I responded politely, "Good morning and happy Sunday. I don't have this number, but if this is the minister, Engineer Dave Umahi, I've since asked for your number from Engineer Dari in Lagos, but I understand he pleaded that it was sensitive for him to release your number to me. I am open to conversation when you are available, sir." He replied, "This is HMW, that is Honorable Minister of Works, and I will not do any conversation with you other than my request above. To be certain, I conducted verification of the number and confirmed that it indeed belonged to the minister, David Umahi. Given the minister's history of controversial actions and seriousness of the message, I
So
consider it
this video
necessary
is
to
over
put
8
this out
minutes
in the
and if
public
not longer,
for
but I just
reasons
decided
of
to make it
public
short
knowledge
and to cut
and
some part of
personal
the video
safety.
out. So Segun went on to say how they met the minister, what led to them meeting the minister. It was during a protest and how the minister invited them for a meeting and what the minister said, how he recorded the minister and all that. So if you want the full video, please go to his page and he will find it. Now the question I want to ask is, do you think the president is not seeing all these things happening around him? Of course, he's seeing it. And could the president do something about it? Definitely, he could. But the real issue here is he may not choose to. And there is a reason for that. In Nigerian politics, strength or appearance of strength is often rewarded more than accountability. So, the tougher and more aggressive these politicians appear in defending themselves, the more confident a political leader like Tinubu may feel that they are capable of delivering in 2027. So, the only thing that bothers Tinubu right now is his 2027 political ambition. Politics, they say, is not just about governance, it's about how power is being preserved. And so, another question that comes to mind is, the politicians know that Tinubu doesn't really care. So why are they bothered about image management? Why do they deny these things? Why do they threaten people? Why do they offer public relations? It is simple because every politician is thinking about the next election. Some of these men you see today in powerful positions like the senators, the ministers, governors, senate leaders, they are all quietly seeing themselves as the future president of Nigeria, whether you believe it or not. But why does this even matter? Because the lesser the scandal you have to your name, the harder it is for your opponent to use it against you. And now when we talk about opponents, many people will think that the biggest political rivals are always across party lines. But no. And so when we think of opposition, one might rightly think, oh, Peter Obi, Rabi Yusuf Kokwanso, or Erufai. But the real opposition is in the camp of the party. Sometimes the competition is inside the same political camp. So let me ask you a question. Who do you think Tinubu's opposition was before his primaries, the strongest one? It was Osibanjo. So Wike's real political competition might not necessarily be opposition party. It could be someone like Godswill Akpabio. Dave Umahi's future competition may not be the opposition figure either. It could be someone like Opus Odima. They may work together today, but they have their eyes on the same prize. They may smile at the cameras, But politically, they are watching each other carefully. And so if tomorrow one of them want to run for presidency, the man in their camp will use the same video to run them down. And so that is why politicians will do everything they can within their power to clean up their image, because not that Tinubu really cares or Tinubu can do anything to them. As far as Tinubu is concerned, as far as his political machineries are still there, controversies like this is not enough for him to intervene. Because in politics, silence is sometimes not weakness. Sometimes it is strategy. It is a truth at a time. Take care and have a nice day.